I want to follow up on what you said earlier. You were talking about unemployment insurance in other countries. Are you planning to propose this in Congress?
I have actually filed a bill that seeks to create a national unemployment insurance program. So again, the purpose really is for situations like this, where we have a general economic downturn, we have massive layoffs, and separation from work would all be involuntary. So at this point in time, you don't want consumption of your workers to just all of a sudden substantially be reduced, right?
Ma'am, just to clarify, you filed it in this session or in the previous session? I mean, you filed it in relation to the
this session.
Or before? Oh, this session, okay.
Yes, so it was really inspired by the pandemic, realizing again that whatever unemployment programs we have at this point are not really big enough so that it can insure against massive layoffs. And so I thought that now is the time to introduce this kind of a national program. And in addition to protecting, to ensuring that consumption levels are maintained, the other also would be support for job search, because of course there are costs associated to looking for jobs, right? You need transportation, you need, of course, your cell phone load, you need like all of these documentary requirements, you need training. So that's actually part of the unemployment benefits that one would receive under my proposed bill.
Yes, but most Filipinos may not be familiar with unemployment insurance. Tell us about it. How does it work? Do you have monthly contributions and then you get something in return if you lose your job? Is that the way it works? Parang PhilHealth.
I know, I was about to say, I know it's a bad time to use that example. It might ruin the name of insurance.
I just had to bring it in.
I know. But then yes, I hate to use that example, but you're absolutely correct. I mean, that's the easiest way to explain it. It's like PhilHealth. In other words, you put in a small premium contribution every month, and that's going to be shared. But in my proposal, the premium contribution would be shared not only by the employee and employer, but also by government. In other words, government is part of it. And so with that monthly contribution, that protects you against risk of job loss. Of course, if that job loss it's involuntary, meaning it's not, you didn't leave your
not a resignation.
Something else. Yes, it's not a resignation. So it works almost like PhilHealth, except that you are protecting risk against job loss rather than protecting the risk of illness. But it works almost the same, and so you have to pay basically your contributions every year. And in my proposal, however, the amounts are not very big because the risk of job loss without a pandemic is not really big. It's between 5 to 6%. So for a minimum wage earner, that would mean about 40 pesos per month, and that would entitle you. Yes, that would entitle you to 3 months worth of 80% of your basic salary, and for a maximum of 3 months. Yes.
So, you did the numbers already on this. So it's feasible that you, with 40 pesos per month, you can get 80% for 3 months.
That's for minimum wage workers. And of course, this is based on your income. So for people like you, of course, you'll have to pay more, right?
Minimum wage ka.
So I did the numbers.
Of course, magsabi ka ng totoo, ha? Huwag ka magpaka-indigent dyan.
Okay.